Guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time, please consider subscribing to my channel. And while you're at it, smash that like button for me. I really would appreciate it. Also, hit that post notification bell so that you're notified every time I upload a new video. If you want up to 30 free stocks, Moomoo is going to give you up to 30 free stocks when you open a new Moomoo brokerage account. You put $100 in that brokerage account, they're going to give you 5 free stocks. You put $2,000 in your new brokerage account, they're going to give you 30 free stocks. Limited time offer. Don't delay. Act today. Get yourself down in that description box. Click on that Moomoo link. First link is the Moomoo link. Click on it. Get yourself signed up for Moomoo so you can get yourself in place. Because over the next 30 days, Tom Lee, well-respected guy on Wall Street, believes we got some good things that are going to be happening in the next 30 days, and I tend to agree with it. I'm going to walk you guys through exactly what I extrapolated from his conversation with CNBC this morning. But before we do that, last day to get the 30 free stocks from Moomoo, guys, March 31st. Which is today. This is the last day. So if you want to participate and get yourself up to 30 free stocks, free, when you put at least $2,000 in your Moomoo brokerage account, or you can put $100 in your Moomoo brokerage account and get yourself 5 free stocks. You got to get down to the description box and click on that first link, which is the Moomoo link. Open up your Moomoo account today. You want to be ready, guys, by Friday. By, what is that, April 4th? You want to be ready. We got some big things that are going to be happening this week, and I'm going to walk you through each one of them. But if you don't have your brokerage account set up and ready to participate, you're going to miss it. You're going to miss everything, especially these next 30 days. You're going to miss it. We're going to walk you through what's going to be happening over these next 30 days that will make millionaires. But if you don't have a brokerage account and you're sitting on the sideline and you're scared, you're not going to build no wealth, right? I know. I get it. I get it. This morning, the stock market is crazy. Well, it's been crazy for the last 4 trading days, right? Dip season. Just keep dipping. The dip, keep dipping. It's like, okay, when is the bottom? But it keep dipping. When should I get in? But it keep dipping. I get it. That's going to end, though. That's going to end. But if you're not in position, you're going to miss all of that. You're going to miss the upside. So get yourself in position. Get down in the description box and click on that Moomoo link. Sign up today. Get yourself going. I'm sure the good folks at Moomoo we'll have a new promotion, which will start probably April 1st. But if you want the 30 free stocks, you got to get in where you fit in. Last day for the 30 free stocks. Last day, guys. So get down in the description box, first link, and open it up. I'm going to also send you a couple of Moomoo tutorial videos that will walk you through how to use the brokerage app. All you got to do is send me an email through my website, www.richardfain.net. Second link down in the description box. Send me an email. Let me know you opened the Moomoo account. Let me know you funded it. And guess what, man? Let's rock and roll. Let's get ready. Tom Lee says over the next 30 days, there are going to be opportunities here to create some millionaires. Who wants to be a millionaire? Now, some of y'all may not want to be a millionaire. Some of y'all just want to, stay exactly where you're at. But that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. Hey, man, nothing wrong with that. But me, I want to be a multi-millionaire. I do. I'm not afraid to say that. See, a lot of people, oh, I don't want nobody to know I want to be a millionaire. I'm not afraid. Yeah, I want to be a multi. And guess what? I'm going to put myself in position and take advantage of this great wealth transfer that's getting ready to take place. Here's the situation. Let me set it up for you. If you go back 60 days, let's go back to January, beginning of January. Everything was thriving. Everything, right? We had a stock market that just came off back-to-back 20% years. When I say stock market, I'm talking about the broader stock market, which is the S&P 500. The S&P 500, which represents the broader stock market now, came off back-to-back 20% ROI years. You had an economy that was plus 2% growth in 2024. So we were really feeling good going into 2025. Everybody was. Investors, right? Whether it be institutional, whether it be hedge funds, whether it be billionaires, whether it be retail investors, we all felt good about going into 2025. But here's the problem. Our administration had other ideas about what they wanted compared to what we wanted, right? We wanted to keep the faucet flowing, keep that money flowing. They had different ideas. Boom, tariffs come into play. Oh my goodness, tariffs come into play. So when tariffs were introduced, what happened? Investors, big time investors, I'm talking about institutional investors, I'm talking about hedge funds, billionaires. Once the tariffs came into play, they freaked out. They said, no, man, these tariffs are not good news for us. These tariffs are not good for the economy. These tariffs are not good for the stock market. I'm just telling you what the investors are saying. That's the reason why the stock market is crashing, is because when ain't no investors in there, the stock market crashes. When investors are there, the stock market thrives. It rallies when money is put into the stock market. It crashes and dips when money is taken out. So I'm not trying to, say anything that's not true, guys. The truth of the matter is investors are afraid of the tariffs and what that means for their money. It's too uncertain. It's so much unpredictability. So within 60 days, you go from a healthy, thriving, back-to-back 20% stock market years, S&P, broader stock market, plus 2% GDP growth to where we're at today, which is basically a negative GDP growth for the first quarter. We're going to be negative. I don't know how negative we're going to be, but we'll be negative, right? Either we're going to be negative or we're going to be way under 2%, like 0.4%, which is a negative, right? Basically, that's a negative, especially when you coming off back-to-back years where you've been plus 2%. Now, all of a sudden, you're 0.4% or negative GDP for the first quarter. That's number one. All that has been done in less than 30 days, really. It ain't even been 60 days. It's really been the month of March. The month of March, less than 30 days, you went from a positive GDP to a negative GDP, basically, for the first quarter of 2025. You went from a stock market that was thriving 30 days ago, thriving, to a stock market that's in corrective territory. You don't believe me? Let's go look at the S&P. Let's go look. If y'all don't believe me, I'll just go ahead and pull this up for you. And now, I'm not going to be able to show it to you, but I'm going to go ahead and walk you through it. Let's look at what's happening right now. Do you see what's happening right now? Some of y'all can see this. That's all red at the top. Those are your three major indexes. That's red. That means it's dip season, right? So you got the Dow Jones. That guys, you got to understand. Less than 2 months ago, the Dow Jones was over 45,000 points. This was less than 2 months ago, guys. It's trading at 41 right now. Less than 2 months ago, the S&P was over 6,000 points. It's trading at 55. That's corrective territory. I think the NASDAQ, what was the NASDAQ? It got itself, what, to 19,000 points, something like that? It's trading at 16,936, something like that, right? So you got three major indexes. 2 months ago, all of them were hitting all-time highs, Now, all of a sudden, they're in corrective territory, less than 60 days. Matter of fact, less than 30 days. Why is that? Tariffs, the uncertainty of tariffs. Now, when does that uncertainty actually become certainty? April 2nd, right? You got 2 days. You got Wednesday. Supposedly, it's supposed to be a certain. Here are the tariffs. This is what we're doing. What does that do for the market, though? Now it allows us to go ahead and move on, right? Right now, with that uncertainty, guess what's happened the last 4 days, 4 trading days, dip season. Just keep dipping. The dip keep dipping. The dip keep dipping. So that's where we're at. In 30 days, we've went from, okay, let's say 60 days. Let's just give it 60 days. 60 days, we go from all-time highs in our stock market in our three major indexes, and go look at the Russell 2000. Same thing in the Russell 2000 for the small caps. Go look at the Russell 2000, right? Those are widely, argued that those are your four major indexes, right? You got the big boys, which is the Dow, the S&P, and the NASDAQ, all in corrective territory, headed to what? What's next? When you leave corrective territory, what's next? On the dip ladder, on the ladder to the basement. What comes after correction? Then you have what? Bear market. And then after bear market, you got collapse, total collapse, 40% or worse. Bear market is 20%. We're headed there. Now, here's the situation though. Hopefully after April 2nd, we have some certainty. We'll know what the tariffs are. And all we got to do then is determine what the impact of the tariffs will be on the economy and then obviously on the stock market. See, two things that the economy and the stock market have in common, even though they're two totally different things, right? They got two things in common, guys. The stock market and the economy, consumers and businesses. That's right. Both of those two are critical components in our economy and in our stock market. Why are they critical components? Because consumers spend money, right? And businesses do what? They make product and services. Consumers buy those product and services, right? So both our economy and our stock market are tied at the hip because of consumers and businesses. And right now, nobody has any faith in our economy. No investor has any faith in our stock market. And why is that? Tariffs. Our current administration has taken the stance that tariffs are the thing of the day. We're going to use tariffs to do everything we want to do. And again, guys, maybe they will, maybe they won't. I don't know. All I care about is when do we get the stock market back to a point where people can make money again? Now, I believe right now, and Tom Lee believes the same thing, that this is an opportunity for dip season. Here's why. Tom Lee believes, now listen to him this morning on CNBC, right? Number one, who is Tom Lee, right? He is the co-founder and head of research for Fundstrat Global Advisors. He's been in the game 25 or 30 years, guys. The guy knows what he's talking about. He correctly predicted a 6,000 S&P 500 in 2024 when nobody else predicted that. He predicted it and it came true, right? So guy is well heeled. He's well sought after. He's on CNBC, guys, which is one of the big boys, right? He's on a big boy financial television show as a contributor, right? He knows what he's talking about. So here's what his thinking was. He's thinking the market is already oversold. What does that mean? People are just panicking, selling off, or not even really panicking for institutional investors or hedge funds. It's a strategic move because of the uncertainty. They rather take their money out, put it somewhere safe, get a little bit of return until all of this uncertainty gets out of the way and they can have some clarity, right? So that's what they've been doing. They've been systematically taking their money out of stocks, right? Taking their money out of paper assets. Yep, some of them might be going to gold, but more times than not, guys, they're not all going to gold. What they're doing is they're putting it in cash. They're putting it in money markets. If you go look at the money market levels, they've risen tremendously over the last 60 days. Money markets have risen tremendously. Why? Because people are taking money out of paper assets and they're moving them to safety because they don't know what this administration is going to do next. They're too unpredictable. This administration is unpredictable. And that's not a good or a bad thing. I'm just saying they're unpredictable, right? So you got these tariffs that's supposed to go live on April 2nd. Now, Tom Lee believes we'll be at the bottom of this cycle, of this dip season cycle. He believes coinciding with April 2nd, we'll be at the bottom. That means stocks will have dipped to their bottom. And then where do we go when we hit the bottom, guys? There's nowhere else to go but up. So he believes after April 2nd, we got an opportunity to go up. And everybody who's not afraid and can put themselves in position can be buying this dip right now. Now, this is not financial advice. This is not me telling you what you need to go do. I'm just telling you what some of the experts are saying. And I'm paraphrasing. I'm not catching the guy word for word. So you go out on CNBC and just take a look at the video he did with them this morning. It's out there. He just did it about 2 hours ago. Go check it out and you can hear for yourself, or go listen to whoever you want to listen to. I'm just telling you, I agree with him. I think what's happening is over the last 4 days, trading days, investors are taking money out of the market to do what? They're not taking it all out, guys, but they're taking out enough to be able to have some powder, some dry powder on the sideline so that they can take advantage of these huge opportunities once they determine we're at a bottom. It's not them taking money out of the stock market, guys, that they'll never put back in. No, they're taking money out in order to do what? Hedge against this unpredictability, this uncertainty of these tariffs. So they're saying, listen, we're not going to have 100% of our money in here. Maybe we keep 50% in. Maybe we keep, 25% in. We'll move 50 or 75 to the sideline in order to be able to take advantage of opportunity. So a lot of them are doing that. And I'm not saying that's a great strategy for them. The problem you and I have with that strategy is we don't have their technology. We don't have the manpower, the expertise. We don't have dark pools and all this kind of stuff that these billion-dollar companies have in order to be able to trade. It's just you and I just got an iPhone. That's all we got. So for me personally, I didn't take all of my money out of the stock market. I left it in. Now I know, oh golly, the money's down, you're losing money. I don't look at it that way. I look at it as me just trying not to time the market and just be in the market. So when the rally does come, I'm not scrambling on the sideline, picking my nose, trying to put money in, and it's already too late. And again, that's my strategy. It don't have to be your strategy. You do whatever you want to do. But for me, I like what Tom Lee said about April 2nd is the day. He believes we're oversold and we should be at a bottom by then, because that April 2nd should bring some clarity, right? Hopefully, fooled you, we got you, we're not gonna, it could be that too. They could say, hey man, we came to an agreement, at the 23rd hour and boom, no tariffs. Or it could be roll out the 25% tariffs on everybody and anybody. But at least we'll know. And the market will know. And once the market knows, what does that mean, guys? Now we can start rebuilding. Now we can start rebuilding. Now we can start slowly putting money back into companies. Now companies can now say, well, okay, we know which direction this administration is going with these tariffs. It's signed, the deal is out there. We know what's happening. Now we can determine where we want to make our investments. See, right now, you got companies that are not making investments either in their growth because they don't know what's going to happen. So companies are not making investments in growth. Investors are pulling their money out of the stock market for safety, right? People are also starting to cut back on spending a little bit because the average American is scared to death. We don't know. Right? We done put these people in office and they done 3-card Monteed us. We don't know. We're just trying to figure out, hey, how can I just build some wealth? So right now, everybody's confused. The market is oversold. That's coming from Tom Lee. And I believe that. I agree with him. It's oversold. It's oversold because of uncertainty. When you don't know what's going on, guys, and you got that kind of money, hey, listen, that's you and me too. I got a lot of money invested in the stock market. I already told y'all like 75, 80% of my money that I have is in the stock market. But am I panicking? No, I'm not panicking. Am I happy about what happened? How do you take a perfectly great stock market, a perfectly great economy, and then And then in 30 days, it looks like this. Maybe there's some master plan that, maybe it is. I don't know what that master plan is. All I know is we've had 2 years back to back, broader stock market, 20+% returns. That's all I know. That's fact. That ain't me coming on here. That's fact right there, guys. We've had 2 years, 23 and 24 were 20% returns in the S&P 500. That's a fact. That's a fact. Right now, we're in corrective territory, minus 10%. And if we don't have some clarity by April 2nd, it's going to get worse. So April 2nd, to me, guys, I'm welcoming it. At least we know, hey, man, come on out, say what you're going to say, put the tariffs on who you're going to put them on, and let's move on with life. But this yo-yo stuff, that's what's really messing up the stock market. All this uncertainty, the yo-yo. One day we got tariffs, the next day we don't. One day we got them, next day we don't. One day we got them, next day we don't. That's what's killing the stock market right now. That's the reason the stock market is in corrective territory. If investors knew exactly what the game plan was and we stuck to the game plan, everybody would be fine with that. I ain't gonna say everybody, but I would be. Hey man, I don't run our government, nor do I want to. So whatever our government is trying to cook up with tariffs, that's fine. Y'all do whatever y'all gotta do. I can't control that. But at least just make a decision and stick to it. If you're gonna put 25% tariffs on Canada, Mexico, and everybody else in the world, then do it and just stick to it. But don't say you're gonna do it one day and then the next day you don't do it, and then that's uncertainty, guys, and that's the reason we're in that's why you see all this red right here. You see all this red, right? And the reason you see that red is because of the uncertainty. People need certainty, especially investors, with billions and trillions of dollars being invested. I told you guys this a while back. The stock market has $55 trillion in it, guys. How would you like to have something that has $55 trillion in it with all this uncertainty? That's why you see it in the red. But see, that red, according to Tom Lee, is an opportunity. Another thing he said today that I really enjoyed and liked was, and even though I'm not a Bitcoin guy, y'all know I'm not a crypto guy, I'm not a Bitcoin guy, but he believes crypto still has the ability to go to $150, $150,000 a coin. I believe this year. Now I may have heard him wrong now. So you guys go out and do your own homework and go watch it yourself so you know exactly. I'm just giving you guys what I heard. And I could have heard him wrong, but I could have swore I heard him say he believes Bitcoin gets to $150,000 a coin. Right? There are people still believe out there that the S&P 500 will bounce back this year and get to 6,700 points. Now, again, none of that will happen unless we get some clarity. Whatever we're going to do on tariffs, let's just go ahead and do it. But at least let's be done with it and put it behind us. We'll learn how to maneuver around it and move on. But until we get that, guys, if we keep the yo-yo stuff going on, we're in for some pain in this country because investors are not coming back. They're not coming back till they get clarity. Let's just face it. Y'all know what happened in 2022, right? Remember when the Fed started increasing short-term interest rates? And all that uncertainty spilled into the market. What did it do? Negative 20% return that year. Negative. Now, don't get me wrong, that was a great buying opportunity because the very next year it went to the moon. So same thing here. Even if we don't get clarity and it's a yo-yo all year, and let's say we go into bear market territory, don't be discouraged, guys. We won't stay there forever. At some point, we got to come out of this corrective territory. At some point, we got to come out of this bear market. I'm not saying we'll get to a bear market. I'm saying we're headed that direction if we don't get some certainty. On April 2nd, if we don't come out with a concrete game plan of what we're doing with these tariffs and stick to it, we may go into a bear market situation, guys. So be prepared. All I can tell you is get your emergency fund together, put you some money on the sideline. Don't put all your money in the stock market. Put you some money on the sideline, put it in a safe place. Make sure you got multiple streams of income coming in. I don't care if it's driving Uber, whatever you can do to create more income so that just in case something happened to your primary income, you're not in a tight situation. So multiple streams of income, get the emergency fund together. But I personally am not going to stop investing. I'm going to keep investing because I know, just like in 2022, right? Just like the pandemic, when we come out of whatever this little thing we're in right now, it's going to go higher. History says it's going to go higher. So all I'm telling you is put yourself in position so you can take advantage of that. Don't sit on this sideline panicking. Now, we got some good news that could be coming this week. Number one, we got the jobs report coming out on Friday. Hopefully, the jobs report will show that, we're steady as she goes on the labor market front. Hopefully, there's no catastrophe there. And I know, in my opinion, one of the mandates is to create catastrophe there, but I hope it's not. I hope that's good news, and that's a catalyst to at least give some good news to investors that the labor market is holding up. The next thing that's going to happen on Friday is Chairman Jerome Powell is going to speak, and hopefully he's still, dovish. Hopefully they have a dovish message on Friday that can encourage investors, right? Hopefully, but you got to understand the Fed is between a rock and a hard place. On one end, they'd love to reduce interest rates. But on the other end, with these tariffs and the uncertainty of what the impact of the tariffs will have on our economy and inflation, they can't. See, because the Fed right now doesn't know if these tariffs are going to kick back up inflation. And if it does, instead of them reducing or cutting rates, they may be in a position where they may have to increase rates to fight inflation again. And the tariffs are inflationary, guys. Tariffs inherently are inflationary. So these tariffs could run up prices. Now, I know people are going to say, oh, short-term pain. Okay, great, whatever. But they will run up prices. The automobile manufacturers in the United States have already told you it's going to run up prices between $2,000 and $12,000 per car, passenger vehicle. Your grocery store chains, your big retailers like Target and Walmart have already come on record and told you certain items are going to go up because of these tariffs. So again, whether you're for or against, I'm just telling you the hard, cold truth about tariffs. They are going to increase prices. So we got to deal with that. But at least we know. At least we can say, well, okay, here are the tariffs. We know what here's the impact they could have on the economy. Here's the impact they'll have on the stock market. But at least we know. Now we can start kind of rebuilding. At least we know. But the yo-yo thing, that's not helping us, guys. The yo-yo thing is not going to help us. So let's see what's going on with some of these stocks today, because y'all know what happened today with the stock market. It started out pre-market crazy red. Let's see what it's doing today. One of my favorite companies is Rocket Lab. It's down already. It got down to about $17.35 today. If you remember, just on Friday, it was either Thursday or Friday, it was over $20 a share. See what I'm saying? But that's just uncertainty, guys. Rocket Lab ain't changed since Thursday of last week to today. They haven't changed. Matter of fact, Rocket Lab is in line to potentially get a piece of a $5.6 billion contract. They're in line to get part of a $5.6 billion contract. They're vying along with other companies to try to get this contract. So the market was up on Rocket Lab. I believe it was either Thursday or Friday. It was up to about $20 a share, and then boom. What happened to Rocket Lab? It's still the same company. Uncertainty, guys. See, as we get closer to April 2nd, and then, of course, 47 went on TV last night again, and, y'all know. Y'all already know. Got on TV again, and boom. Pre-market, what happens to the market? Dip. That's the uncertainty I'm talking about. See, instead of us just saying, listen, this is what we're going to do and it's done. We don't do that. But Rocket Lab down. So is that an opportunity? I think it is. I mean, I don't know. You may not like Rocket Lab, but I think it's an opportunity. Let's look at another one of my favorite companies, Palantir. Let's look at Palantir. Palantir got itself down to $78.75 this morning. Last week, guys, the thing was trading in the $90 plus category. What happened from last week to this week to Palantir? Is it a different company? No. Uncertainty. This is what I'm telling y'all. It's uncertainty, guys. Ain't nothing changed about these companies. It's just uncertainty because of these tariffs. Look at Palantir. Now right now, it's at 82.52. So it's starting to fight back a little bit. But you know what? You know what happened to the stock market this morning, pre-market, and then when the market opened? You know what happened, right? 47 went on TV last night, or yesterday, sometime yesterday, went on TV and do what he do, right? He did what he do. And that's all more bad news, more tariff talk. And guess what the market does pre-market? It already starts selling off pre-market. As we get close to April 2nd, every time you get on TV and say something about these tariffs, dip season. But that may be an opportunity for somebody. I think it is. Not financial advice, just telling you what goes down must come back up at some point. Don't know when, but at some point. Tom Lee believes we're already oversold. He already believes as of April 2nd, we have an opportunity to start turning. He thinks that's the bottom. Now, he could be wrong, I could be wrong, but I tend to agree with him. I think we're at bottom territory because you got to understand, guys, the stock market wasn't in trouble. Our economy wasn't in trouble. This is all manufactured crashes. This is nothing that, oh my goodness, we had some catastrophic pandemic that broke out and everything got shut down. See, that's not manufactured. That's an act of nature. That's outside of my control and man's control, what happened with the pandemic. And a consequence of us shutting down everything in the pandemic, and we had to print money and give money out for free and make things cheap, a byproduct of that was inflation. See, you can't have it on one end and not get it on the other. We had to survive during the pandemic. And in order to survive, we had to print money. We had to take interest rates to zero. But you have to pay for printing that money and adding all that extra money to our economy. You got to pay for that some kind of way. You pay for it through an inflation. So in 2022, that's when we started paying for 2020. Printing money in 2020, everybody buying real estate, going to the moon in 21 and jacking up real estate prices because of the pandemic, coming out of the pandemic, people, right? We paid for that in 2022. When we jacked up rates and we had a negative 20%. Guess what that was when they jack up rates? They're taking that excess money out of the economy, right? Because borrowing money is a supply of money to the economy. And when you cut off part of the supply of money to the economy, it does what? Shrinks. It shrinks. So when you cut off the money supply, which is money, borrowing money cheaply is a supply of money to the economy. So they cut that off in 22. And guess what happened to the stock market? See, that was a byproduct of something that was a natural disaster. This crap we're doing right now is all manufactured by us. Man, this is all manufactured for whatever reason by the people that are in power that's running our country. They created this. This wasn't an act of nature or some other catastrophic hurricane or wildfires or any of that kind of stuff that happens naturally. This was all created by us. This whole crashing of the stock market, the slowing down of the economy is all created by us. The people who we elected and put in the chair and put in those seats in Washington. We created this. So now we got to pay the price. And right now we're paying somewhat of a price for it. Now, you can look at this and say, hey, there's an opportunity for me to build wealth. And I believe it is. But what do? You got to get yourself in position. You got to get in where you fit in. You got to look at this opportunity and say, okay, here are my investments. Here are my top tier investments. Here are my long-term investments. Here are my short-term investments. They're all trading at a discount. Where do I believe I can get in right now in order to take advantage of this? Go look at your assets, guys. They're heavily discounted. And it's all man-made. So what does that tell me? It can be corrected quickly because it's man-made. It was all manufactured, right? Our economy is still a good economy. Our stock market is still a good stock market, fundamentally, right? The problem is you got tariffs that are all man-made, right? You got all this uncertainty around that. Now, once we can clarify the tariffs, we should be able to go back to business and make some money. But until we do that, here's the opportunity. Buy the dip. Take your favorite companies and do you some investing. Don't put all your money in, but think about some of it. Think about building some wealth. Think about taking advantage. Because guess who's taking advantage of this opportunity right now? I tell y'all this all the time. The 1%. They're buying, guys. They're buying. The 1% is buying. Let's look at one more company and then we're going to get out of here. One more of my favorite companies, and y'all already know which one that is. NVIDIA. See, I'm saying it right now. I know some of y'all, oh golly, but thank God he's saying it right. He's not saying that NVIDIA thing. NVIDIA, guys, started the day at 105.13. That's where it opened. It got as low as 103.65. This is one of your great companies. Down to 104.62 as I'm making this video. A lot of opportunity out there, guys. So please understand this was all man-made. Understand, I believe by April 2nd, if we can finally come to some type of conclusion on the tariffs and roll out whatever you're going to roll out and fight with whoever you want to fight with, go right ahead. As long as we can get some clarity and we can get this stock market thing back to slowly building itself back up. And hopefully by the end of the year, we can all look at this first not the first 3 months, because the first 2 months were good. We can all look at potentially March and April as outliers, right? And we know exactly all this is man-made. We all know it's all, I don't know why it's being created, honestly, guys. I don't even want to speculate on it, but it's man-made. And all I can tell you is America is still great. America is still the most opportunity anybody in this world can come to America with the clothes on their back, with a good work ethic, right? With a good attitude, and still go from zero to wherever they want to go financially. So it's still the greatest country in the world, in my opinion. Right now, we're just in a situation where we got, I don't know what we got. Honestly, I have no idea, guys. I just got to focus on what I can focus on, and that's just trying to build wealth and help you guys build wealth. What we got, I have no idea, guys. I just pray every night to God that he intercedes and protects us. That's all I do. I pray every night, God, intercede. You're the King of all kings. Please intercede and take care of us. We are your people. You created us out of your image. Please take care of us. I don't know what we got going on, who running our country right now, but please, Lord, take care of us. Bless all these people who are tuned in and watching me on this YouTube channel. Bless them. Give them clarity. Give them peace. Give them understanding. Give them discernment. And just give them hope that we will see better days. We've seen this before over history, guys. If you go back and look at history, we've seen this type of activity that we got going on in our government right now. We've seen this. But one thing I can promise you, God will take care of all of this because he has in the past. He's delivered his people before, and he'll deliver us again. But what you got to do is just toe the line. Be strong. Don't disparage anybody. Don't get on social media acting a fool, talking about people. Don't do that. What you do is pray and ask God to step in and intercede and ask him to protect us, to keep us safe. Because right now, guys, we're in some times right now where Without God, I don't know what I would do. Without God on my side and praying every night and having him keep me level-headed and keep peace in me, I don't know what I would do, because this is just crazy what's going on right now. It's crazy. But I know God is good, and I know God will never forsake us. He will never forsake us. So just stay strong, keep your head up, stay positive. Don't say nothing negative about people. Be positive. Hey, and just keep yourself going. Keep working, keep earning, and then keep multiplying what you earn. Just keep going. This is a dip season. I don't know how long it's going to last, guys. Hopefully after April 2nd, with the good help of the Lord interceding, hopefully after April 2nd, we'll have some clarity on these tariffs and we can just get back to just doing business. I'm hoping. If not, batten down the hatches and ride this thing out. We've seen it before. We can get through it. We just need each other. Again, if you need more support, guys, get down in the description box, second link, which is my website link, www.richardfain.net. Come join the Wealth Builders. Now, we're not a religious financial community. We're not going to be in there talking about all this. We're not going to do that in there, because everybody from different walks of life. But what we will offer you is a safe haven full of investors who want to help you build wealth, right? Full of investors, retail investors, ordinary Americans, ordinary people around the world, not just Americans, just anybody around the world that wants to build wealth is welcome in our financial community. We don't talk about anything other than traditional investing, though. We're not going to talk about crypto. We're not going to talk about politics. We're not going to talk about any of that other than big boy blue chip paper assets and some guerrilla stocks to build wealth. But we're a great organization. We got over 1,900 wealth builders. And all we do in there is help each other through tips, nuggets, and best practices. What's working and what's not working. A safe environment where you can ask your questions. No question is a wrong question. Just ask it. And our wealth builders will step in and offer their opinion. They're not experts. I'm not an expert. We're just regular people out here that understand financial community is what we need right now. People that can help us and walk us off the ledge. I was a little bit on a ledge yesterday when I made my video yesterday. I was out there a little bit on a ledge. But guess what happened though? Here's the magic. I got about 10 or 15 direct messages on Patreon from my wealth builders saying, man, it's going to be fine. We're going to be all right. And guess what that did for me? It encouraged me. That's what we do in the wealth builders, man. If you're in this matrix out here by yourself, man, get yourself around people that got your back, man, financially. Again, not experts, just regular people who have collectively come. We're not going to be in there bashing nobody, and we don't do none of that. I don't allow any of that bashing. We're not there to bash people. We're there to help each other build wealth and encourage one another in a safe environment. So if you want to be a part of that, in the website, click on the join button, the membership button. It'll take you over to Patreon and you can come join us. We'd love to have you. Like I said, man, if you want them 30 free stocks from Moo, last day for it, get yourself down in the description box. Click on the first link. That's the Moo link. Put you some money in your brokerage account, your new brokerage account. Make the transfer today. That's okay. As long as you open the account today and you start the transfer today, it'll be fine. You'll get your 5 free stocks if you put $100 in. You'll get your 30 free stocks if you put $2,000 in. And then you're ready to go. So if we can get to April 2nd and get some clarity, I believe, Tom Lee believes, we'll be at the bottom. That's not a promise now. That's not a guarantee. I don't predict the future, but it seems as though, according to Tom Lee, the market is oversold and we're ripe for a bottom, hopefully by April 2nd, and then we can start working our way back up. So listen, lot of discounts right now. Take advantage of them. Not financial advice, just a tip, just a little tip. Take advantage. You build your wealth in the red, you collect it in the green. See, I buy low, guys. What's happening right now? It's low. See, I buy low, it's low, and I sell high later. That's the part. So don't run from this crash. Embrace it, this little mini crash. Hopefully mini, won't last long. Embrace it. Get you some good assets at a discount. Add to your portfolio, and then be patient and wait for this thing to turn around. God bless all of y'all. I pray for all of y'all. I mean, even, the people that rock with me, the people that don't rock with me, I pray for you because I know it's hard out there. And I know we all going through something. I know that. Whether you support me or you don't support me, I know you're going through something. And I pray for you. I pray that God move in your life. I pray that he move in your life and put you in a position where you can feel good about yourself. Put you in a position where you can take care of your family. Put you in a position where you don't have to work for the rest of your life for the 1%. I pray to God that he puts you in a position to prosper. He will. Just ask him to. Just ask him to and he will. I appreciate y'all. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time, please consider subscribing, share the video, smash the like button. Thoughts become things. If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hands. You guys keep chasing your greatness. Never stop believing in yourself. Stay healthy. Get wealthy. And I'll catch you on the next video. Please.